Mother, I do not comprehend, I stated while gazing at the vacant seats designated for my children. I have been residing at my mother's house birthday celebration in New Jersey. You explicitly informed me that this was an adult-exclusive gathering. The perplexity in my brother's voice shifted to incredulity. Michael entered accompanied by his wife. Their 3 offspring attired and transporting impeccably packaged gifts. The mother's countenance illuminated upon their arrival as she hurried to embrace her grandchildren. They exclaimed in delight. Grammy. Joy accompanied my heart's descent upon reflection on me children. Emma and Lucas, who were at home with a caregiver because of my mother expressed her wishes. Oh, Carmela, observing my expression. Michael's children, they are distinct, they possess uniqueness. Of that I am certain. I comprehend you. Yet I do not grasp the negation. Emma, age 8. From all my children. Lucas, at 6. Was equally special, deserving of commemoration with their grandmother as a single mother. I had spent sunrise alleviating their sorrow, articulating the reasons for their absence. Grammy's birthday celebration guaranteed that we would perform a distinct action. They are not dissimilar, I stated softly. My voice remains unwavering amidst the tempest of affects internally. They are all your grandchildren. My brother smirked while making a little advertisement. This fancy tie. Come on, sister. You are aware your children might be quite demanding in this manner. All individuals can partake in enjoyment. This presents a challenge for Emma, who finds crowded environments intimidating. Areas due to Lucas's preference to articulate his fervor by physical expression instead of remaining stationary. These were identical attributes that rendered them distinctive. Splendid. I sprang from the elegantly set dining room table, which remains unutilized. St. elation and neglected the family photographs on the weather, appearing to deride me. Now meticulously curated. The photographs included Michael's family. Conspicuously, my children only appeared in group photographs, usually positioned at the edges. Where are you headed? My mother inquired. Already preoccupied by Michael's, the youngest presented her with a drawing. I have not yet dined. However, I grasped my purse, my thoughts already elsewhere, devising a strategy. My children warranted superior treatment than this. And at that moment, I comprehended precisely how to provide it. To home I will be spending the evening with. He addressed my children, my voice clear and firm. All of us should be confident in our own positions. We are genuinely. As I exited, I expressed my gratitude and retrieved. He accessed my phone and navigated to a specific number. Did not make a call at times. The universe possesses a peculiar method, delivering precisely what you require precisely when required. They drove home through the tranquil the streets of Jersey, provided me with an opportunity for contemplation. During the years of understated exclusion, children encountered it when it began modestly. My mother neglecting to extend an invitation to them, planning family gatherings for Sunday brunches during their nap time when they were toddlers, consistently seeks justifications. Michael's children were more manageable. I had fabricated justifications for her behavior, consistently attempted to protect Emma, saving Lucas from the anguish of rejection. Yet perhaps I was mistaken. They need an understanding that when individuals do not enjoy your actions, you should build your own. Joy was at another location. As I entered our driveway, I re-examined the contact I had discovered, Antonio DeMarco Culinary, on my phone. Tony and I attended the institute in high school. Attend school together. And he then proceeded to emerge as one of New Jersey's finest renowned youth. The chefs at his restaurant, Giardino, were consistently exceptional. The restaurant was packed, and my children were eager to visit. After watching his culinary videos, I called his number online, hoping he would answer. Recall that the phone rang twice prior. A recognizable voice responded to Tony. Carmela Martinez of Ridgewood High. Carmela, my goodness, it has been an eternity. How have you been? Are you? The warmth conveyed in his voice, tears in my eyes. But I am fine. Listen, I have. Is this a peculiar request? Are you present at the restaurant? I elucidated the restaurant arrangements for tonight, endeavoring to maintain a consistent tone. Tony listened attentively without interjecting. He said something that made me smile. The initial occasion that evening presents them at present. I own the ideal. I entered the house to discover Emma and Lucas are seated with their babysitter Jessica, who is endeavoring to engage in play. Board games yet evidently despondent. Emma's lengthy dark hair was secured back and she had completed her special occasion braid herself, anticipating until the final moment that Grammy might reconsider the party.
Mom? Lucas had an increase in enthusiasm.
Promptly returning you early. Did Grammy miss us?
The question shattered my composure. Heart. Although I would not permit them to witness my instead of despair. I smiled. Inexplicably.
How would you both choose to proceed with an Emma gazed upward carefully. What Thai gastronomic adventure?
I remarked. As I lifted one of how to access Tony's cooking vids on my phone. Would you be interested in meeting this chef? Consider acquiring the skills to create something distinctive in his kitchen. Their gaze expanded with they gasped in unison with excitement. Indeed. At times.
The most exceptional celebrations are those we establish for the lights of Montclair culinary preparation when we arrive at Giardino. The restaurant's warm glow radiated onto their walkway.
And through the windows, we observed the thronged-in windows and people populating the windows.
Accompanied by joy, Emma grasped her notebook tightly, a collection in which she documented dishes from culinary programs, while Lucas bounced enthusiastically adjacent. Are we truly going to prepare a meal in the authentic eatery? Emma inquired about Earlwood. Disappointment overlooked in light of this new endeavor is the objective. I tenderly caressed her intertwined hair.
And you are already aware, attired impeccably for a special occasion in the evening.
Tony waited at the door. Chef's whites remain fresh and immaculate despite during the dinner rush.
His expression transformed into a broad smile upon seeing us. The Martinez family. He knelt down to Emma as the family entered. Acknowledging Lucas's proficiency.
Lucas expressed interest in cooking. I am concerned about preparing scrambled eggs with enthusiasm. Eggs Alorne have been studying herbs.
Emma added timidly.
Revealing them to him. I possess a small garden in our notepad. Tony's eyes flashed as he perused Emma's meticulous notes. This is remarkable.
I said, similar to your experience cultivating herbs in my mother's kitchen garden, when I was approximately your age.
He guided us through the vibrant dining room to a designated table with a perspective of the open kitchen. The fragrances of aromatic herbs and sautéed garlic permeated. I observed my children's activities in the air. Features radiate with astonishment as they absorb the deliberate disorder of a professional. Tony indicated that we will commence in the culinary preparation. A suitable dinner then?
If you are. I was considering the possibility of creating. He winked.
Indicating something exceptional for dessert. I require expert assistance with the children. Can my renowned Aunt Missa and I genuinely assist Emma?
She inquired, eyes wide.
I will certainly provide you with, he observed, the distinctive chef's aprons. My comprehension of every famous chef must commence at my kitchen.
Which embraces all varieties of special. The emphasis he placed on exceptional talent differed from my mother's in that she utilized it to exclude. Tony commemorates the attributes that define each individual. A server presented herbs adorn our table,
accompanying freshly baked faka corresponding to those cultivated by Emma at home.
I took the initiative to plant a. Tony stated that everything is on the tasting menu. Child appropriate yet intellectual.
Devoid of simplicity. Prepare children's meals here in my kitchen. Respect all our chefs regardless of their serving. My children's enthusiasm confronted. I sensed the final remnants of pain from an earlier commencement to occasionally. Rejection merely serves as a redirection. You to your destination location. The tasting meal featured a succession of pleasures that caused us to overlook at my mother's party. Each dish was accompanied by a narrative from Tony regarding its inception. He prompted the children to speculate on the components accurately detected by Lucas. The sage within the butternut squash ravioli, while Emma captivated all by identifying the nuanced trace of rosemary in the roasted chicken.
You possess considerable sophistication, Tony informed Emma, who radiated with joy. Would you like to observe our production process, our botanical mix? As we concluded our main course, Tony produced 2 immaculate white chef's aprons,
each adorned with embroidery. Giardino Junior Chef in gold thread. The children's eyes illuminated as he assisted them in arranging, instructing them to meticulously roll up the sleeves to accommodate their small. Tony announced.
Arms now. Guiding us into the kitchen is prepared to create some. The kitchen was a wonderland of magic, stainless steel and structured disorder at the event. The children and Tony greeted the staff members with pleasant smiles.
Everyone, please properly welcome our distinguished guest evening cooks. This is Emma, she is the expert.
While Lucas is the enthusiast. Welcome to the brigade training.
Employ many cooks utilizing appropriate kitchen language that compelled the children to rise. Tony proudly established a special station equipped with all necessary materials measured and prepared. Safety is paramount. Demonstrated the correct procedure to enchant them. Utilize utensils and manage heated objects. Emma meticulously recorded observations in her notebook while Lucas observed with atypical initially.
We prepare the coffee blend. For immersing the ladyfingers. Tony. Lucas. Would you be willing to assist count how many we require?
Lucas occasionally found it challenging to remain seated in the school. Meticulously counted each cookie at attention 24.
He proclaimed with pride. Precisely.
Emma.
Could you assist me in mixing the maize? A pony is essential for filling the key. Fold it delicately.
Akin to the manner in which you manage, I marveled at the delicate herbs in your garden. Children collaborated without any. Emma exhibited their customary altercations, unexpected forbearance in assisting her brother. Lucas attentively listened to her. Tony possessed an instinctive approach, tousing their strengths while subtly bolstering their challenges. Arose when Mother Emma expressed her concerns. I captured numerous images of us combining. Images of them manipulating their facial expressions. Concentrated and elated without contemplation, I posted a photo to my social media,
captioning it, "My wonderful chefs at work.
Enchantment at Gardino.
Thank you,
Chef Tony,
for your preparation.
Tonight." Indelible impressions are formed very instantaneously. And comments began inundating my phone. I received a text from my cousin Sophia.
Who attended my mother's party? Oh my God. Is that
Chef DeMarco? The children are exceedingly joyful. The atmosphere here is somewhat strained. Unequivocally selected the superior option. Lucas called out to celebrate his mother, meticulously piping a mascarpone cream rosette precisely as previously. I exhibited flawless technique. Tony commended you.
As I instructed. On weekends. Culinary classes for children.
And we could effectively employ the piping technique. I observed my children thrive under his benevolence. And acceptance. Recognizing that at times the requisite family is not invariably the biological family. While we built our tiramisu, Maria,
the social media manager of the restaurant,
inquired whether she might capture any photographs for their. Emma and Lucas posed with pride on Instagram through their inception on their Gardo June chef aprons sprinkled with cocoa powder. Their smiles sparkling with "Would it be okay if we achieved this accomplishment?" We. Maria asked to see these. The photographs indicate the commencement of a new weekend
and culinary program for children. And these accurately encapsulate our intentions to cultivate happiness in the. I observed Tony in the kitchen.
As Tony demonstrated to Lucas,
the method for creating the ideal chocolate enhances the program's elements. Something I have been eager to accomplish for some time. He articulated instruction for children that possess a genuine passion for nutrition,
irrespective of their learning preferences or energy level,
to which everyone belongs. The warmth in his words resonated with me. In the kitchen, his words made me reflect on all the times my mother went through and disregarded my children because they didn't adhere to her expectations of propriety.
Lucas's passion was evident in his actions. As redirected into creative energy. And Emma's meticulous attention to detail was commemorated instead of categorized as stew. Certainly.
You may share the photographs. I instructed Maria and requested further details
regarding this culinary processing program. As the tiramisu cooled,
Tonani conducted a tour of the herb garden for the children on the rooftop terrace of the restaurant.
The New Jersey skyline shimmered in the background as Emma enthusiastically recognized various scents.
Lucas meticulously inhaled the fragrance of the plants. Each herb,
specifying the meals they would improve. My phone's persistent buzzing notifications indicated that the photographs were disseminating using our community social networks attracted focus not solely on Jardine's forthcoming program but also on a larger scale inquiry regarding comments regarding inclusion that were abundant from others.
Her parents of children who did not conform this traditional mold is remarkable.
My son would greatly enjoy this. He is unable to remain still. In conventional classes but thrives in finally.
A program for the kitchen that acknowledges diverse learning modalities is here is a waitening enumeration of many of my mother's acquaintances. And they were articulating their nuanced messages. It was evident and delightful to observe toddlers engaging in valued activities for their distinctive talents. Some individuals could acquire knowledge from Tony, who accompanied me while I perused the answers. He articulated contemplatively.
I encountered difficulties in conventional environments as a cooking provided me with solace and a sense of belonging, a place where my creativity and vitality resided.
I desire assets,
not issues. Degenerate, he observed Emma with patience, articulated to Lucas the distinction between oregano and thyme. Your offspring are exceptional. Emma possesses a remarkably refined comprehension of flavors. Lucas's enthusiasm epitomizes what they would be interested in for their kitchen requirements. Ted is participating in our inaugural regular. Emma is not merely a student in the weekend class. Emma has the potential to mentor younger children about plants.
And Lucas has a natural ability to demonstrate techniques. Before I respond, the phone illuminated with a call from Michael. The first rejected it, opting instead to observe as my youngsters thrived in this environment, honored their true identities.
Allow him and my mother to ponder the reason for their ideal celebration being eclipsed by images of my numerous children engaged in creating culinary occasionally.
The most effective retribution is not about it, it pertains to seeking resolution rather than retribution.
In your individual trajectory towards the light upon our return to the kitchen, our tiara was positioned flawlessly.
As demonstrated by Tony, we'd instruct the children on the last embellishment.
Instructing Emma in the art of impeccable dusting method for the cocoa powder, while Lucas crafted chocolate curls for the entire kitchen staff assembled to appreciate their craftsmanship. These appeared professional. Tony announced an increase in his commitments. Or would you object to our inclusion of these photos? These we could designate them for our dessert menu. Emma and Lucas's junior chef tiramisu, with a segment of the revenues allocated to finance scholarships for our weekend cooking. The children's eyes opened with incredulity regarding our names on the actual menu.
Emma whispered. And Tony smiled.
Every excellent cook merits recognition. There my phone buzzed again,
indicating new gastronomic options.
Communications from relatives at my Aunt Diana had composed the invitation for my mother's party.
10 Upon viewing the photographs, the children appear exceptionally happy. Your mother is upset, yet you remain happy and confident.
Set that individuals persistently discuss their culinary expedition in lieu of her celebratory. This may impart a lesson to her regarding inclusion.
James Michael's children, who are my cousins, presented a chocolate bar to me.
They are exhibiting tantrums due to a desire to also be preparing meals at the upscale restaurant. Karma is indeed true. I have set my phone aside. Opting to concentrate on the present. The culinary team had organized a special arrangement. The completion of the sampling of the children's tiramisu,
et al.
featured a miniature tribunal of judges that provided Lucas with radiated professional remarks,
as they commended his confectionery craftsmanship.
Emma radiated as they remarked on her. Our ideal stratification. Tony softly inquired about the technique you are familiar with.
As we observed them, I am establishing a charitable foundation to render our culinary curriculum accessible. Would you and the children, like all the kids, like to serve on the advisory board? We required those who recognize the significance of fostering inclusivity.
I've gaps prior to my response to Mariaria. Hurriedly accompanied her. The photographs have gone viral on the tablet. The local culinary community restaurants are inquiring about initiation, incomparable inclusive initiatives, and examine the comments section. Finally,
someone, acknowledging that every child possesses a gift that exemplifies genuine familial support.
It appears I am eager to bring my two vibrant offspring to these. The most commendable remark originated from Mrs. Peterson,
my mother's oldest friend. These children are exceedingly valuable, and some grandmothers lack awareness of their talents. Now what they are is. Tony convened everyone for a final photograph of Emma and Lucas, junior chef aprons clearly displaying their creations. Enveloped by the supportive kitchen staff, was all the elements a family photograph needs to encompass. The authentic smiles, natural stances,
and purity. Your joy,
exclaimed Emma,
as Tony demonstrated how to adequately wrap their tiara for transport. Could we implement this annually instead of the Grammy Awards?
Tony interjected to enhance the party.
How about we meet every weekend? The junior chef program occurs on Sunday mornings. Ideal for a maternal child culinary experience.
Observing my children in a state of happiness upon observing the faces,
I recognized that we had discovered something significantly more valuable than inclusion in my mother's meticulously organized family.
At meetings,
We established our own customs.iona community and our method to illuminate the subsequent morning, our culinary space imbued with the fragrance of freshly brewed coffee as Emma and Lucas confidently presented their tiramisu with Jessica,
our regular patron, the former joy of the babysitter. The evening lingered,
rendered even more delightful despite the influx of encouraging messages persistently inundating my social media.
Mrs. Jessica Martinez stated, relishing.
This is truly remarkable. I have thoroughly examined the photographs.
Last night, everyone at my college was present. They were discussing Jardin's new children's show,
Ram.
They assert that it will alter the manner in which eateries consider children's cooking. 3 lessons. My mother had left 5 text messages and voicemails. Instead of remaining unopened,
I concentrated on providing assistance. Emma is organizing her inaugural herb workshop, the weekend program. During Lucas's participation, Cass refined his piping techniques with whipped cream in the morning. Emma,
the mother,
said thoughtfully, I am organizing her herbal compendium and handouts.
I regretted not receiving. We believe we have discovered the Grammys celebration. And this feels inadequate. We are creating our own unique project. Lucas. Cass nodded emphatically. A dollop of whipped cream on his nose. Indeed.
And Chef Tony states that I can assist in instructing young children on how to enumerate the elements. He states my vitality. The doorbell rang.
Making mathematics more enjoyable.
Was Tony delivering their formal documents? Yeah, weekend junior chef jackets and the initial class is already at capacity. Full. He announced that there are several lots of families seeking a location where children can simply be themselves as I observed my children don their jackets, posing for yet another photograph that would certainly traverse our society. I recognized that at times the most delightful moments in life arise from establishing your own commemorations instead of contending for a position with someone else's table. 1 month subsequent to Gardino's initial official Junior Chef Weekend initiative, it was initiated with the assistance of Emma and Lucas to welcome 15 enthusiastic children from the locality.
The newspaper reported on the event,
showcasing a picture of my children instructing others, Emma showcasing her proficiency with herbs and Lucas demonstrating to younger children how to prepare chocolate.
My mother has finally ceased the decorations. Contacting subsequent to dispatching her a duplicate of the newspaper article accompanied by a brief message. We discovered where we belong. Michael's spouse contacted separately. I inquired whether their children may participate in the,
and I directed her to the webpage.
It is similar to every other parent, without distinction.
The kitchen requires treatment. Emma's weekly Sunday tradition enhanced her expertise in herb cultivation,
ultimately establishing a small enterprise marketing herb cultivation kits to others.
The aspiring young chef Lucas noticed that his inexhaustible energy rendered him an innate performer, and his culinary skills were demonstrated in videos on Giardino Socialia. The media acquires a dedicated audience. Tony and I collaborated to enhance the program.
Ramto alternative dining establishments in New Jersey, establishing a network of inclusive environments where all youngsters could explore their culinary. The waiting list for skills expanded. Every week, however, we ensured to reserve locations for children with interests similar to mine, who are required to excel individually. As you are already aware, Mother Emma stated 1. On Sunday, we readied ourselves for another class. Aussie, do not have sadness over Grammys festivities, we have created something improved. Lucas gazed upward from his chocolate. We will share the plumbing with everyone.
That is the matter about exclusion that can occasionally direct you precisely where you were destined to be from the beginning.